When it comes to WWE, a superstar's return is often one of the most anticipated moments. Fans wait years to see their favorite wrestlers step back into the ring, hoping for jaw-dropping action, unforgettable rivalries, and iconic matches. But what happens when those expectations are completely shattered? Some WWE returns are so poorly executed that they leave fans disappointed, confused, or downright angry. From overhyped flops to awkward comebacks that should never have happened, here are the 10 worst WWE returns of all time and the reasons why they failed so spectacularly. Number 10. Eva Marie, 2021. Let's kick off this list with one of the most recent flops. Eva Marie's return in 2021. WWE spent weeks hyping her comeback, releasing flashy vignettes and promising a revolution in the women's division. Fans were cautiously optimistic, hoping Eva had improved her in-ring skills during her time away. But when she finally returned, it became painfully clear that nothing had changed. Instead of wrestling, Eva introduced Doudrop as her sidekick, taking credit for victories she didn't earn. Fans quickly grew frustrated with her lack of effort in the ring and the shallow storytelling. Social media exploded with backlash, and within months, Eva was released from WWE once again. It was a textbook example of how not to build hype for a return. Number 9. The Boogeyman, 2015. The Boogeyman is one of WWE's most bizarre and unforgettable characters. His eerie entrance, unsettling persona, and habit of eating worms made him a fan favorite during the mid-2000s. But his surprise return at the 2015 Royal Rumble left fans scratching their heads. The Boogeyman entered the match with his usual creepy theatrics, but the excitement quickly faded. He barely interacted with other wrestlers, did no significant moves, and was eliminated in less than 2 minutes. The entire moment felt pointless, as if WWE brought him back just for a cheap pop. Instead of reigniting his mystique, this return only tarnished his legacy. Number 8. Goldberg, 2019. Goldberg's return at Super Showdown in 2019 was supposed to be a dream match against The Undertaker. Fans were expecting an epic clash between two legends, but what they got was a disaster. From the start, the match was riddled with problems. Goldberg knocked himself out after hitting his head on the ring post, leading to several dangerous botches, including nearly dropping The Undertaker on his head during a botched jackhammer. The Undertaker's frustration was visible, and fans were left horrified rather than entertained. The match was so bad that it became a trending topic for all the wrong reasons. Both legends deserved better, but this return proved that sometimes age and physical limitations make a comeback more harmful than helpful. Number 7. Lord Tensai, 2012. When WWE reintroduced Albert as Lord Tensai in 2012, they had high hopes for him as a dominant monster heel. Decked out in Japanese-inspired attire, Tensai was portrayed as an unstoppable force who had mastered the art of destruction during his time in Japan. But the fans weren't buying it. Crowds immediately began chanting Albert during his matches, completely undermining the character. Tensai's gimmick never gained traction, and within months, he was relegated to comedic segments alongside Brodus Clay. WWE's attempt to rebrand a familiar face fell flat, proving that sometimes the audience's perception is stronger than any creative team's plans. Number 6. Batista, 2014. When Batista made his highly anticipated return in 2014, WWE had big plans for him. The Animal was immediately pushed to win the Royal Rumble and headline WrestleMania. But there was one massive problem. The fans didn't want Batista, they wanted Daniel Bryan. The backlash was immediate and relentless. Fans booed Batista throughout his matches, chanting Daniel Bryan and mocking him with Batista chants. WWE was forced to change their plans, turning Batista heel and adding Bryan to the WrestleMania main event, which should have been a triumphant comeback, turned into one of the most awkward returns in WWE history. Number 5. The Spirit Squad, 2016. The Spirit Squad was one of the most over-the-top gimmicks of the mid-2000s, a group of male cheerleaders who annoyed everyone they faced. While their original run had its moments, their 2016 return was anything but exciting. During Dolph Ziggler's feud with The Miz, two members of the Spirit Squad, Kenny and Mikey, returned to support The Miz. The crowd's reaction was lukewarm at best, and the duo's involvement in the storyline added little to the feud. Instead of bringing back fun memories, this return felt lazy and unnecessary. The Spirit Squad's comeback quickly faded into obscurity. Number 4. Ric Flair 2009. Ric Flair's retirement match against Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 24 was one of the most emotional moments in WWE history. Fans bid farewell to the Nature Boy in a way befitting his legendary career. But just a year later, Flair returned to the ring, not in WWE, but in TNA. Even before his TNA run, Flair broke his retirement by getting involved in physical altercations on WWE programming. Fans felt betrayed, as the perfect ending to his career was undone. While Flair's in-ring abilities remained impressive for his age, his return tarnished the legacy of his iconic farewell. Number 3. The Rock 2011 via satellite. The Rock's return in 2011 was supposed to be a monumental moment. After years away from WWE, the Great One was back to host WrestleMania 27 and feud with John Cena. But instead of showing up live at every show, The Rock frequently appeared via satellite. Fans quickly grew tired of the pre-recorded promos, feeling disconnected from the People's Champ. While The Rock's live appearances were electrifying, the overuse of satellite segments turned what could have been a legendary return into a running joke among fans. Number 2. Hulk Hogan 2002. Hulk Hogan's 2002 return as part of the NWO had all the ingredients for success. The NWO was one of wrestling's most iconic factions, and Hogan was its leader. The WWE fans didn't want the black and white Hollywood Hogan. They wanted the red and yellow hero they grew up with. The NWO storyline flopped, and Hogan's character felt out of place in the WWE landscape. While Hogan eventually reverted to his classic persona, the damage had already been done. This return could have been iconic, but poor execution made it one of the most disappointing comebacks ever. Number 1. The Ultimate Warrior 1996. And finally, the worst WWE return of all time, The Ultimate Warrior in 1996. Fans were ecstatic to see the Warrior back in WWE after a 4-year absence, but his comeback was plagued with issues. His matches were short and unimpressive, his promos were as nonsensical as ever, and his feud with Goldust was downright bizarre. Warrior's refusal to adapt to the evolving wrestling scene made him feel like a relic of the past. Within months, he was gone again, leaving fans disappointed and confused. And there you have it, the 10 worst WWE returns of all time. These comebacks show that even the biggest names in wrestling aren't immune to bad booking, poor execution, or simply bad timing. Which of these returns do you think was the worst? Did we miss any? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more wrestling content. Until next time, keep slamming.